All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're looking at something truly unique, a tool for guidance born from a crazy moment of crisis, way back in 16th century India. And here's the thing, it's not about predicting the future. Nope, it's all about understanding your present. This is the Oracle of Rama.
Now, that sounds pretty dramatic, right? But believe it or not, for one man, this wasn't some hypothetical question. It was a terrifying life-or-death reality. And the way he found an answer, well, that's what led to the creation of the very book we're exploring today.
So, let's set the stage. Picture this. We're in 16th century India, and our whole story kicks off with a completely impossible demand.
So, try to imagine this. You're Rama, the king's own astrologer. The prince goes missing during a hunt. A hunter is found mauled by a tiger. And the king looks you in the eye and says, "You have until sunrise to tell me if my son is alive, get it wrong, and you're dead." I mean, talk about high stakes. Absolutely terrified, he did the only thing he could think of. He ran to his friend for help. And this, right here, is where the story takes a wild turn. Because Rama's friend? He was no ordinary guy. His friend was Goswami Tulsidas. Now, this is a huge deal. He was one of the most beloved poet saints in Indian history, a man with just incredible spiritual insight. So when his friend shows up, totally panicked and scared for his life, Tulsidas doesn't flinch. He just has his complete and total faith.
He just calmly says this to his friend. He promises him, look, a divine answer is going to come. But here's the thing, he didn't just sit back and wait for it to happen. He actually became the channel for it.
Get this, in one single night, Tulsidas wrote the entire Oracle of Rama. We're talking 343 verses just flowing through him, all to save his friend's life. He then showed Rama how to use it. The next morning, Rama walks up to the king and says with total confidence, "Your son is well." And guess what? He was right. So you see, the oracle wasn't born from some dry theological debate. It was created in a moment of pure, urgent love and compassion.
So you gotta wonder, right? Where did all this wisdom just come from? Tulsidas didn't just pull it out of thin air. No, he tapped into one of the deepest, most powerful sources of spiritual storytelling ever known.
The Oracle is basically a super clever adaptation of the Ramayana. Now, the Ramayana is this massive foundational epic poem in India. It's the story of Rama, a divine prince who's the embodiment of courage, doing the right thing, and compassion. It has everything: love, loss, huge battles, and in the end, the triumph of good over evil. And this is where it gets really ingenious. The Oracle is split into 7 chapters, and these perfectly mirror the 7 books of the Ramayana. So when you ask a question and get a verse, it's not like getting some random fortune cookie message. It's like you're pinpointing your exact location on the map of Rama's entire heroic journey.
And at the heart of this whole epic, you've got these 4 main figures. There's Rama, of course, our hero. Then there's Sita, his wife who gets kidnapped. You've got his super loyal brother, Lakshmana. And then there's Hanuman, the amazing monkey warrior whose devotion basically saves the day. And as you're about to see, these aren't just characters in a story. They represent forces that we all deal with.
Okay, so that's the backstory. The big question now is, how do you actually use this thing? How do you consult the Oracle? Well, it's actually surprisingly simple. It really just comes down to 3 steps. 1, you get a really clear question in your head. 2, you use a special method, and there are a few different ways to do this, to randomly pick a verse. And 3, you read that verse, and just as importantly, the commentary that comes with it to figure out what it means for you. Here, let's take a look at what a page actually looks like. So you see, you get the verse itself, which is this little piece of poetry from the story. But the really crucial part is the commentary that goes with it. That's what breaks down the symbolism of that exact moment and helps you connect it back to your own life and your own question. And this is a really, really important point. The Oracle of Rama is not fortune-telling. It's not going to tell you the winning lottery numbers. Sorry. It's what's called divination. And its whole purpose is to show you the forces, the energies that are at play around your question. It helps you understand how you should move forward, not just tell you what's going to happen.
And all of this leads up to what is, for me, the most powerful idea behind the whole thing. It's not really just about getting answers. It's about learning to see yourself and your own life in a completely new way.
The real secret to using the Oracle is this. You have to realize that it's not just Rama's story you're reading. It's your story. Every single character is a mirror reflecting a part of you and what's going on in your life. This chart lays it out perfectly. So, Rama, that's your higher self, your inner will.
Sita is your goal, the thing you're trying to achieve. The bad guy, the demon king, Ravana, who steals Sita, he's your biggest obstacle, and a lot of the time, that's just our own ego. And then you have Hanuman, the hero who makes it all happen. He's your greatest ally. He represents your own ability to be devoted, to serve, and to find incredible strength when you need.
So let's say you consult the oracle. The answer you get might show you that, hey, you're at a point in your life where you need to activate your inner Hanuman to go find your Sita. Or maybe it reveals that you're in a direct confrontation with your Ravana. It just completely reframes your problem. It's no longer just a problem, it's a meaningful scene in your own heroic journey.
And that's the thing about this journey. At its core, it's a positive one. Rama's story isn't all dark and depressing. He's literally an incarnation of joy, compassion, and strength. And the whole point of the oracle is to help us connect with that same powerful energy inside of ourselves.
And that's really the big takeaway here. The oracle suggests that no matter what you're going through, you're not just some person with a problem. You're a hero in a grand spiritual story. And so the question to ask isn't just, what should I do? The better question is, what part of the story am I in right now?